Frida, it's really nice to meet you at last. We've been corresponding for a couple of years now, and this is the third transformation project, isn't it, at Arts, Letters, Numbers in New York. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about that, please?
Yes, it's really nice to meet you too. Yeah, the project started in 2023. So yeah, this marks our third year. Um, it's uh it's a show that is a collaboration between two organizations. One is the NOpiates Committee. They are a grassroots organization up here in upstate New York. They focus on substance use disorder awareness and work a lot with other organization, rehab facilities, also try to engage youth a lot in their work. And the other organization is Arts, Letters, and Numbers. It's a nonprofit arts organization that hosts residencies, have people come from all over the world, make art, all disciplines, and truly focus on like bringing different voices and different mediums together in one space. So the transformation project started with the thought of what would happen if we put the NOpiates committee's work together with Arts, Letters, and Numbers and actually create an art show that focuses on substance use disorder to provide a platform to destigmatize.
That's the
Uh,
one.
yeah, and shine light on what's happening and give a space for individuals that are impacted, either personal or like their reflections on society on this matter. Yeah.
What's the kind of responses that you get? I mean, I know you really involve schools and different parts of the community. Very proactive, it sounds like, in terms of who comes through the door. So, can you tell us a little bit about the kind of reactions and responses that you've had to the work that you display?
Like a lot of, yeah, it's I think it's a mix of relief when people come to the shows. They see that there's a platform for this work to be shown, and so many stories. It's like everyone has a story to tell, even if you're not personally affected by it. And I think that's what's important with this show. It's like the artists, they come from all kinds of I mean, some people never made art. Some people have never shown art. Some people are established artists. Um, and having this space for all of that to be shown at the same time. And when people apply, when they submit their applications, we ask how does your work relate to your experience with substance use disorder? So all those stories are also in the space. And think specifically when we work with youth, we have youth come out, we have high schools come out and visit the show and kind of look at the works, and then we talk about it and then have them make artwork in response to it. It's really about like having them understand the impact of it and hoping that this is a way to prevent more things to happen. And also during our show, because we work with some housing facilities in Albany, and this year is the first time we have people from the men's housing participate, and we learned that they don't even have art supplies. The women's housing have art supplies, but the men's housing don't. But then for the opening, it's an opportunity for them to actually come out and have their families come as well. So it's kind of a way for them to reunite and for kids of different families to actually meet and to have these moments together. So yeah.
Wow, it sounds fantastic. It really does. Um, yeah, I mean, do you see, will this be, is this an annual partnership now? Do you see this, will this be happening 2026? I know I applied and we do put out on the Performing Recovery socials about your open calls because, you know, it's fantastic that you encourage international artists to apply too.
Yeah, no, we're planning on keep it going. It's all run by donations. So we gotta keep on pushing for the fundraising for it to happen. Like on a personal note, the last 2 years, like after the shows, like after a while after the show's over, I'm like, gosh, I don't know if I can do it again. It's like, no, it's like it's a heavy lift. It's because it's a lot. It's not easy because you sit there with everyone's stories and everyone's lives, but then we're like, no, we're doing it again. And then my absolute favorite part is the days leading up to the install, where because most of the artists are local, um, and then have people come with their works. I had the opportunity to really chat with them, hear their stories, and then I'm like, yes, of course we're doing this again. Like we have to. And we have artists who've been participating every year. And one of them said, she's like, I can't even describe how much this means to me. This has done more to me than anything else. So it's important.
Yeah, I think that's. I'm sure you're very aware, but it's one of the things in recovery communities, isn't it? Because there's this sharing of stories in AA rooms or you know any of the recovery room formats, and I've had these conversations like with other people in recovery as part of podcasts before, and people who are not familiar with the how there's very personal things are shared. Heavy load is such a great expression for that, really, isn't it? Because we have to
Mhm.
carry the weight of that in both receiving and giving those stories, really, and it kind of comes with the territory, really, isn't it? So fantastic for you know getting the gumption to do this every year, really. So yeah, so I mean, has there been any highlights this year for you in terms of you know things that have happened? I know you had the private view on Friday, wasn't it, or Thursday?
Mhm.
Are you seeing numbers going up in terms of people coming through the door, or is there anything that's kind of stood out from you know you didn't have to give specifics about. I mean, obviously that woman you spoke about how what the impact is for her, but just wondered if there's anything in particular you wanted to share about 2025's exhibition.
Well, I think we had the largest number of everything. We had the largest number of artists. We had 43 artists and 65 works in the show. And for the opening on Saturday, we had 165 people come through. And that's probably, I think that's the largest numbers we ever had at Art Studies Numbers. Um, and people from like a lot of people that I never met before. Often, I mean, we're a small place, so it's usually this you meet the same people. But I think the word has spread, and there were kids here. We learned from last year that we should have a little drawing station, and that got filled up. I'm actually sitting next to it, so I have like all these
Oh wow, great. Yeah.
drawings. And I think also highlight of this year, we had more, the first year, like each year has been very different. The first year we actually did it at 2 locations because we were partnering with Sand Lake Center for the Arts, which is a local arts organization. And we had the majority of like the visual works at Art Studies and Numbers. Then we had a selection, I think 2 weeks later, that we showed at their space, and they also have a stage. So we had performances. There was some readings and music happening. But this year and last year, we did everything at Arts, Letters, and Numbers. And this year we had quite a lot of performances. We had a local or a regional dance group called Ellen's Sinopoli Dance Company come out. And they were performing for 30 minutes. They did 4 pieces that they already had. And then they did the second portion improving to some of our poems. So we had different people reading, I think there were 4 poems, people reading different paragraphs. So there were different voices, each paragraph spread out
Wow.
the room, and then the dancers improvising to it. And that worked out really well. I had a crazy idea, but it was really moving. And definitely a tearful room in the end of it.
Right. It sounds amazing. Really
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
And then
Sorry.
we also had we had some also other music and a grief performance, and then so it was full of things happening.
You're doing an absolutely incredible job. It must be worthwhile and exhausting at the same time. There's, really kind of, it takes a lot of energy to make all of that happen. I fully understand. My final question to you is that, say, if anybody wants to apply for next year, is there anything in particular from an artist's perspective? Is there anything in particular, any advice you'd have as the curator?
That's a good question. I am interested in the stories and how the works connect to the person. I think it's interesting. No, it is a good question. Because it depends on the works. It depends on the whole curation of things. But I prefer works that are newer, so that they're a bit more connected to the person right now. We did show some works this year of an artist who she showed both works that are done like a really long time ago, and some works that are done now, and that was really interesting. And they spoke to her journey of her own recovery. Same theme, but very different on how things come out.
Yeah, but that's fascinating actually to see. Yeah.
Yeah. We do
So,
limit the amount of digital works, and that is because I am not tech savvy, and something always happens when I'm trying to deal with video and stuff.
there's a practical consideration, isn't there? In that you put things that can be hung is going to be a better thing, but obviously it's about your locality as well. Anybody needs to bear that in mind because they'll need to get things shipped to you or whatever. So
Exactly.
so thank you. I realise that you're in the middle of it, in the thick of it. So I really appreciate your time right now, and much energy for you for the rest of the week ahead. Is there anything else that you think is worth mentioning that we haven't touched on at all?
I don't think so. I'm really grateful for your time and to share this, for participating and for sharing this with your community. And if anyone has any questions, they can always reach out. I'm happy to chat, and hope to keep it going.
It's a real pleasure. Thank you very much for your time.